Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. My name is Mel. I am a personal trainer and behavior change specialist. As you can see from the description today, I am going to be doing a live on food sensitivities. I recently did a food sensitivity test and I got part of it back. I don't have all of it back, but when I mentioned it, people seemed really interested in the results. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little surprised by some of the results. And if you guys don't know what a food sensitivity test is, it can go over foods that cause inflammation in the body and that your body has antibodies for, so it kind of attacks it as if it was trying to protect you. And it's a little bit different than allergies. This test can also, allergies is a little more intense of a sensitivity where you have like more instant symptoms or negative symptoms. But so basically, and I kind of wanted to write a couple things down. So if you are wondering if you might have food sensitivities, I feel like most people have some kind of food sensitivities, and if you have certain symptoms, hi Michelle, hi Melissa, thanks for joining. If you have certain symptoms like skin rashes, headaches, joint pain, extra weight gain, anxiety, autoimmune things like rheumatoid arthritis, it can be caused by excess stress, gluten allergies, certain things like that. So if you have any of these things, you might also have food sensitivities. So I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of a background because I feel like people might be eating food and be like, well, I don't like break out. I don't have any major issues that happen when I eat, so I probably don't have food sensitivities. But basically what food sensitivities are is they're very highly correlated with leaky gut. So basically, if you are highly inflamed, food particles can kind of go through the intestines and into the body, and then the body will make antigens because it's like a foreign body, it's like a foreign thing, so the body is trying to protect itself from these food particles. And when it does that, you have symptoms. And the more symptoms you have, the more of these this leaky gut that happens, the more inflammation that happens, and the more inflammation that happens, the more the worse your symptoms can get. And so if you have, like I was saying, like if you have things like you're gaining weight or you have anxiety or depression, hi guys, hi Della, I would suggest maybe you try getting a food sensitivity test. So one thing that I found really interesting is sometimes on a food sensitivity test, I find that foods that you eat a lot, you actually become sensitive to. And the reason that is because, so if you're eating, let's say, broccoli, and you're eating broccoli every day because it's that one vegetable that you know helps prevent cancer or helps reduce your risk for cancer. So you eat it every single day. If you have leaky gut, if you have this inflammation, those broccoli particles are are entering your body, and the body is trying to fight them off, and it's has these antibodies. So if you're eating broccoli a lot, your body's going to produce a lot of antibodies because it's like, okay, there is there's a foreign invader, I guess you would say. And so if you eat something a lot, you have a higher chance of becoming sensitive to it because your body's going to produce more antibodies. At least that's the way I understand it. So some of the things I am sensitive to, I was kind of shocked. And some of them are because I eat a lot of them, and some of them I don't eat at all. So I'm just going to kind of get right into it. So one of the things that I was really shocked about, and it didn't even come on my radar that I might be sensitive to it, but broccoli is one of them. So I only use broccoli because I guess I eat a lot of broccoli. As someone who doesn't eat meat or cheese, I tend to eat a lot of vegetables, and broccoli is just one of those easy things that I eat when I go out to restaurants. So I'm actually sensitive to broccoli and cauliflower. So right there, I'm already like, crap. I'm already thinking about all the restaurants where my fall to is going to be broccoli. I actually had broccoli in the fridge. I was going to roast that up with asparagus and mushrooms and onions. And guess what? Onions is another food that I'm sensitive to. And I didn't realize how much onions I eat until I went to Chipotle the day before, and I got a burrito bowl, and I went to put salsa on it, and I did put the salsa on it, and then I realized, holy crap, there's onions in the salsa. So onions, broccoli, and cauliflower are going to be a little bit harder for me. I'm also sensitive to green beans. I'm sensitive to pinto beans. Pinto beans are one of the most eaten beans in America, and they are used in refried beans. So I haven't eaten refried beans in a really long time, but a few years back I was eating refried beans because I made vegetarian burritos at least once or twice a week. So that could be where part of my food sensitivity came from those. I also have a food sensitivity with yellow wax beans, which I don't think that's from eating a lot of them because I don't really eat those very much. I'm sensitive to to cabbage, and I'm sensitive to Brussels sprouts. So Mom, when I was younger, my mom forced me to eat Brussels sprouts and I hated them. So now I can say it's because I was sensitive to them. I don't think that's really the case, but those. I'm also sensitive to cheese and cow's milk, which is fine by me because I don't consume either of those things. But the two that I really felt like I needed to have a funeral from my taste buds are brewer's yeast and baker's yeast. And if you aren't familiar with them, and I wasn't super familiar with them, but that's basically beer, bread, baked goods, cereals, soy sauces, vinegar, so dressings, I guess wine, ciders. So basically beer and bread I am sensitive to, so those are all the things that I need to stay away from to help my inflammation to go down in my digestive system. So I was sensitive to 12 different things. All of them were low-grade sensitivities, which, sorry, I was getting a phone call in there. If you have a low-grade sensitivity, you might not get a symptom instantly. It might take a week, 3 weeks, so you might not even realize you are sensitive to something, but it is causing you chronic inflammation. And again, if you let that inflammation to continue, the worse it's going to get and the more sensitive you're going to get. And so you want to take care of that. So one thing is that if you do find out the foods that you're sensitive to, so for me it was just a blood test. I don't have all my testing back, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. But if you get tested and you find out what you're sensitive to, if you can avoid these foods, and there's certain things that you can do to reduce inflammation. One of the things I'm doing right now is I'm taking a shot of aloe juice, and it's not good. It's really gross. But if you take a shot of aloe juice, I take it in the morning and the evenings. It's supposed to help reduce inflammation and help with digestion. So I'm hoping with avoiding these foods as best as I possibly can, because the brewer's yeast and the baker's yeast is going to be really hard. And then taking these aloe shots, and then whatever the next steps are prescribed by my doctor, that hopefully down the line I will not have this anymore and I won't have these sensitivities, and I can start reintroducing things like broccoli and onions back into my diet. That is the goal, but I don't know for sure. But the cool thing is though, when you start to remove these things, the bloating goes down. Any problems you have eating certain foods, your waist might get a little bit smaller because you don't have that constant inflammation. And again, inflammation in the body is basically the root of most, if not all, diseases. So, and your digestive system is where you get all of your nutrients, and is basically where your health and your immune system lie. So it is very important, if you have a food sensitivity, even if it doesn't seem to be causing major distress, it is that low-grade chronic inflammation that can cause the most problems, because most people just tend to live with it. And I would suggest don't just live with it. Get yourself tested, find out what the problem is so that you can nip it in the bud and move on healthy and improve your digestion, because again, that's where all your health lies. And then hopefully, down the road you can incorporate some of the, at least what is known to be healthy foods, because there's nothing worse than intentionally consuming foods that you think are healthy for you, like broccoli and cauliflower and onions, and just to realize that they are actually causing you more harm than good, and they are actually increasing your risk of cancer instead of decreasing it. So that's the whole point here. If you're going to be eating all these healthy foods and intentionally trying to get them into your diet, you want to make sure that these foods are good for you, because what might be amazing for me or amazing for one of my friends might actually be making you sick. So the best thing you can do is be smart and educate yourself. And if you have any questions, specifically for the ladies, you can join my Ultimate Female Weight Loss and Lifestyle Formula private VIP lounge, where I will go a little more into detail, and I like to share, because it's not just about weight loss, it is about complete formula, because when you're unhealthy, it shows up in other areas. So food sensitivity can show up as weight. A food sensitivity can show up as depression and depression and anxiety can also show up as weight gain. So it's all interrelated. We are a one system, one whole system, so you can't just dissect one piece and fix it. It all is interconnected. So make sure that your digestion is healthy and that you are eating foods that are amazing for you and are improving your health and not making it worse. All right, I'm about to take off. I will add the link to the private group in the description above. If you're interested in personal training with me, I think I only have 1 or 2 more spots open. Otherwise, I have a few more spots that are online remote coaching, but that's it. It is getting to be a busy time. I hope you guys all have a great day. Otherwise, join that group and you can get lots of great information, motivation, inspiration there for free. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.